Joining us on today's 4029 News on the Record is one of the Republican candidates for Lieutenant Governor of Arkansas. Doyle Webb is a former lawmaker, former chairman of Arkansas's Republican Party, and former Lieutenant Governor, Chief of Staff. So, Mr. Webb, thank you so much for joining us today. And I want to ask you to take the time to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us about your background.
Well, thank you, Una, and it's great to be on your show. I live in Benton, Arkansas, with my wife, Barbara. We've been married for 35 years. I practiced law in Benton for 25 years, had rental property, and matter of fact, our family owned a retail flower shop for a while. And then in 2008, I was elected chairman of the state Republican Party in the days when we were dark blue, a dark blue state. I served for 12 years, becoming the longest serving state Republican chairman in the nation. And we became a bright red state. And as you know, we built a new headquarters. We had 12 balanced budgets, 12 clean audits. And now I seek the office of Lieutenant Governor.
Well, so what is the issue that you find that's most important in Arkansas right now?
Oh, certainly the issue that's most important to me is that we have good government, good conservative government, that we continue our march forward to establishing a conservative Republican state government, that we don't go backwards. You know, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I don't want us to become what we replaced. I helped elect all of these state senators and all the legislators as well. I feel like I can be someone that can be a good advisor to them, be a good advisor to our new governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, be a good counselor to her, be available to her. As a matter of fact, you know, when I was in the state Senate, she was one of my pages as well. So that would probably be a first, that the lieutenant governor had the governor as a page at one time. So quality of life, continuing to move our state forward, always concerned about economic development, quality of life, and educational choices, lower taxes, better government.
So, Doyle, you have said in the past that you want Arkansas to be the reddest state. So how do you make that happen?
Well, I think we have achieved that as far as the personnel in place, with a fully red federal delegation, supermajorities in the House and the Senate, electing more Republicans at the local level. But now we need to put those conservative Republican principles in place. We're doing that. I'm very proud of our legislature. We're the reddest of all states when it comes to being pro-life. We're now reducing taxes. We're reforming government. We're giving educational choice as well, attracting business. If you look, some of the numbers have been great as far as unemployment, the lowest in our history. So we are becoming, in fact, the reddest state, although electorally we have been the reddest state now for a few years.
So how do you attract more businesses to Arkansas?
Well, you certainly have a good tax climate. You certainly have a good workforce, educated, but also a workforce that wants to work, that wants to move forward. I think we have done well in education and helping individuals be prepared for the world today. You know, you don't have to live in New York to work in a New York business. You don't have to live in California to work in a California business. We're now looking, particularly in Northwest Arkansas, at a quality of life that is unmatched around the world, where people will want to move to Arkansas to raise their families, yet they can work elsewhere.
All right, Doyle Webb, Lieutenant Gubernatorial candidate for Arkansas on the Republican Party. Doyle will be back in just about 2 minutes.